Hello and welcome, America and the world, to one of the best podcasts to ever be created. I am the once disembodied voice behind the camera. For some reason, I am now allowed on camera. Terrible.
You can go back behind
terrible
camera.
move. And today we are joined with the two finest hosts to ever come out of Ohio.
Oh, Chase.
And I'm Gannon. Wow, what a great introduction. Thank you, Adrian, for that.
Wow, seriously.
Today-
Back off the camera, he
Today
goes.
we have a very
Back off camera. The first time you see Adrian, last time you see Adrian.
but today we have a
man.
very special episode for you guys
Woo!
because it is our 2-year anniversary of the podcast.
It's only like
And-
Adrian's like 3 month,
You know.
but you know.
I'm part of the we.
Yeah, man.
And we're doing a lot of rebranding. We're changing a lot of things around to be more hip. I will no longer go as Gannon, but G3459.
Shit.
We're also selling to Amazon.
I'm gonna-
Hashtag 678321.
Let him finish his name, Adrian.
I'm
His
living in the
introduction.
future, guys. Catch up. We're not doing names anymore. It's old hat. Doing numbers. They wanted to call it a social security number for the longest time, but now we're just having it be our names, right? Each individual American individual will have a number directing exactly who this person is. What does that sound like you? Tell me.
Why'd you put it in parentheses? Individual.
Oh, because, we're just all being let along to this,
You think there's gonna be like clones of us? They're gonna make clones of us, or like we're just all one and the same, and they just need a
You can
number?
clone me.
Out of everybody here, I think you would be the hardest to clone. No offense, but I feel like it would be pretty hard if I was left alone in a room with real Gannon and clone Gannon. I would be able to tell the clone apart. I feel like.
Easy way to tell
I'd
them
just
apart.
come up and grab the other clone, Johnson.
You set them both in front of a fridge naked and see which one has the beacon. That's the real Gannon.
Well, I
technically,
feel
we
like
both
they would
had
get-
the same Johnson. We would have the same.
Yeah, I
Johnson.
feel like they would get
It'd have to be a
everything
first clone.
exterior.
Beacon.
Yeah.
The beacon is one of a kind thing that comes from the essence of you.
It's also true.
I mean, if you have a crush on him, Adrian, then
Then
just
say it.
Yeah, say it. I mean,
Check yes or no.
Maybe.
maybe. There's no box for maybe.
Fuck, I had it.
Yeah,
Is that a Liquid Death, Gannon?
yeah. I'm sponsored though.
Oh yeah. By the way, guys, we're
Don't
not
say that.
sponsored.
Don't say
Don't
that.
even say
I
it. Yeah,
wish.
yeah.
I wish.
Legal issues.
I love it.
I
Especially down
also.
s-
Oh,
oh.
sorry. No, go ahead.
Down south, they are dropping it soon, but it hasn't made it up to the Midwest. But they got teas, bro.
Oh, I've
Like
seen
agave teas.
them. Mhm.
They're
I
so
just
good.
had the
The
iced
peach
tea
one?
agave one.
Yeah, they haven't made it up here yet. They just have like the
It was
regular
actually-
flavors.
It was
man,
very
it-
light in taste. It was actually pretty fucking good. Not gonna lie.
Told you, dog. That the peach tea one is the best
I
one
didn't see that. I just
out
saw
of all of them.
the iced tea agave. I was like,
Oh, yeah, even the regular sweet tea was good.
pretty good.
Yeah, Liquid Death.
I'm not a connoisseur.
Sponsor us if you guys want. We're
That'd be.
would be sick.
I'd-
But I also want
I
to
would
shout
wear
out.
hoodies.
Yeah, I mean their merch would probably be
They'd be
fucking
tough.
sick. Oh, by the way,
That'd be
guys,
so tough.
since it is our 2-year anniversary, how are we feeling on the merch front? Asking the audience. I know we are still a very small podcast, but
We want
Something
merch.
original
We
jock
want
straps.
merch.
is that the audience saying that they want merch?
We want merch.
Oh my god, are you guys selling merch soon?
Yeah, I think so. You know, a little bit.
We appreciate that, Patreon subscriber.
Yeah.
I think it would just be. I think it'd be so cool because you see Adrian's headband right here. I think it'd be so cool to have just a black headband with the one eye in the middle and the rainbow coming up. Yeah, it'd be sick.
You know, I've been told I look
That would
like
be
a
tough,
young
dude.
Carlos Santana, especially with the headband.
No, bro, you look like Absol. Stop fighting it. You look
No,
like
I'm serious.
Absol. Put on some.
Sarah agrees too, and
Put
her
on some-
mom.
You look like a D tier Earl sweatshirt.
Earl Sweatshirt never had hair.
No,
like
I'd
mine.
say S tier Neil deGrasse
Neil
Tyson.
deGrasse Tyson never had hair like mine. Try again.
That's why I said S tier, goofball.
So I said,
You're after he trains Kaioken. Cornball. I don't need gravity. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh,
Yeah. But I do want to give a shout out to Liquid IV though. We're not sponsored, but they
are so
dude,
clutch.
I live on that shit. Like it is so nice.
I wouldn't say all that. I mean, I just use it at festivals and stuff. Very good for festivals.
Bro,
There's a Liquid IV right now.
imagine if we got
Vertifiltered
both
water.
sponsored by Liquid in the title names.
That would be sick, and then we would just be a ocean podcast.
Liquids would make me moist.
2 hours of straight ASMR ocean noise. It's fantastic.
I got.
Oh, should we bring back the whole ocean? Should we bring back the ASMR? Remember that one that we did, the lobster one?
Oh, I'm just saying, spread eagle. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but
To your special.
I was
show 'em
just
your nuts.
taking it all in.
Well, you know, I was
Are you manspreading?
on ahead.
Are you manspreading?
Oh, yeah. Get a good look, audience.
He's really mad.
That's the co-host right there.
How dare you? How dare you manspread? You know?
I'm trying to get it so you won't see me spread eagling.
Is that just like comfortable for you?
Yeah.
Your camera's going everywhere. It's shaking.
It looks like an earthquake.
All right.
It's yeah.
We're
yeah,
back.
We're back. Yeah, everybody. Just so, how was the last year for everybody? Excluding Adrian for right now, I guess. Gannon. How was the last year for you with the podcast? I feel like we made some strides. I feel like we've hit the nail on a few things. But how have you felt with the whole?
I would have felt better if a single chapter of Death Our Friend came out, besides the one that was out. And I just realized that now.
Yeah, guys, about that Patreon. You guys get some crazy stuff on that Patreon.
Especially now. It's about to get so
I'm
crazy.
gonna strip.
It's about to get so crazy.
Yeah, just wait, guys.
But other than Death Our Friend, how do you feel like the podcast has helped you and has like, I mean, how are you feeling overall with it?
Well, I was talking about this with a friend recently, and it's crazy because you do see yourself. It's almost like video log recordings of your life, and then you go back, or even you just think of episodes, or we reminisce on the podcast about past episodes, and then it's crazy to see how your idealism and just everything, even your mannerisms change after a while.
Yeah.
All of this. It's insane.
Yeah, you know, if I listen back to like our first episodes, and God, please don't do that to yourself.
Go back.
Do not listen to
tag on.
those. They definitely like the way I like handle myself in those episodes is 180 than how I'm doing now, you know, and it's every circumstance really changed too. You know, I'm living in a different place. You're living in a different place. Because you were living in California, and then like, were you living in Arizona when we were also doing a podcast, or was that like after you moved out here?
Mm-mm. It's after I moved to Ohio.
Oh, I feel like you moved like a couple times when we were doing a podcast.
Yeah. Having
Having
yeah, man.
But yeah,
it's
I
been
mean,
wild.
it has been a while, and it's been a wild ride. I mean, it feels like the 1 year has just flown by too. Like, can't believe we've
That is very
done
true.
2 years of the podcast, and we just got video like a few months ago.
I feel like it was longer.
So I
than a
mean,
few months
that was a
ago.
goal for last year.
I think it
What'd you
was
say?
longer than a few months ago. You guys were doing video before I came along.
It was in like November, I think, is when we started doing video. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
not that long ago.
yeah, this is still pretty new. Still getting it all adjusted to, and you know, gotta make sure we gotta hire a makeup guy because our makeup person keeps
Just
fucking
go on YouTube and learn it. You know,
Lagging.
yeah. You know, it's just
you have
it's bad.
you have a girlfriend. Have her do your makeup.
She's not here right now either, you know. So I mean, if I wanted to do the podcast, she's not here right now, and I
Have
want
her
to be.
teach you. Or have her put it on before she leaves for work. Just wear it all day. Look nice and pretty all day.
I want to look like early 2000s, just face orange. No, like on the lips, like everything orange, and you can clearly tell the difference between like neck to face ratio, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm gonna be on the next podcast. Just wait, something to look forward to.
The orange man.
If you don't, what's that mean for you?
If I don't do it,
Yeah.
that
What
means
does
I
that mean for
couldn't
you?
find the type of makeup that I was talking about, or I forgot.
I need you to have that on.
Why?
because
What's it gonna do to you and?
It's not 2, but 4.
Oh, gotcha. Jesus. But yeah. So hopefully, you know, we'll start like really promoting ourselves going forward. I was gonna just sit down this weekend and make a ton of social media clips, but I didn't, and it's honestly kind of to blame Gannon.
This weekend?
Yeah, this weekend.
What did I do?
So I told myself I was gonna do them yesterday. I was gonna sit down and just crank them out
Okay.
all night.
You're gonna crank
And then
it all night.
and then I saw you were like, "Hey, I'm getting on the games," and I was like, "Haven't played with Gannon in a sec. Let me hop on." And that was a fun time. It was worth it. It was definitely worth it, but it definitely held back the social media clips for sure.
Yeah, but I think it was necessary because the
It was.
war of Wolong must continue.
Is it Wolong or Wulong?
It's Wo. It's W-O.
But it's like
Wo.
Chinese, so it's like Wulong.
I think it's Wo
Whoa.
because Wukong. Some Wukong is a Chinese folklore, and that is pronounced Wu, and it's W
Okay.
U.
I could be wrong. I could be, ignorant in the fact.
Yeah. You're just thinking too deep.
I think so. I think
See,
I am.
you
But
think so?
let's talk about that game though. Hold on. How would you rate it, Gan? Right now, you've played it a couple times, right? So how would you?
I really like it. I mean, I really like it, dude. It's got good gore. It's got action. It's got fluent motions. It's got a very easy multiplayer setup. Like it just it took us like 2 seconds once we knew how to do it.
Yeah.
What else? The story is pretty interesting. It's very challenging game.
Hot take.
I'll give it an 8. I give it an 8.
You give it an 8, really? Okay.
Yeah.
How would you scale it to Elden Ring? Do you think like
Elden Ring, I give it a 9.5.
Elden Ring 9.5? Is it losing?
If they work their multiplayer,
Yeah.
if they would work on their multiplayer and make their multiplayer actually seamless instead of whatever that is, I get it. It's hip, it's different, it's not responsive though, and it hardly ever works. So that kills it for me. But Wolong is just like boop, right in. We're fighting demons. We're out here.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I like the aesthetic of it too. You know, the Japanese or is it Chinese?
It's Chinese, yeah.
That's toughy. You know.
Yeah. It does have a cool art style, like the gear that you get, the weapons. Every weapon has a different thing. The elements that you can use and stuff are like a nice added twist. I don't really use them all that much, but it's probably just because they don't do enough damage, and I haven't really leveled that part up in my build. I'm just fucking fighting people. I'm just fucking slaying them with my sword and my I was gonna say a profanity word.
Have you seen the dual halberds?
I have. I've gotten them. I just don't want to use them. I like my dual blades.
That's what I'm using right now. That and
really?
giant like hammer thing.
Yeah.
Because it's OP. The hammer's OP.
It is. I mean, and hot take. I don't really think it's a hot take, but some people don't like the game because the first boss is just super hard, and he is. He's super hard, but I think it's a way for you as the player to just get used to everything that happens going forward in the game. Because once you get that boss fight down, everything else is kind of self-explanatory.
Chilling.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. Like Elden Ring, I think that's why the appeal for Elden Ring is so high too. It's because every boss fight is kind of different, and it's still every enemy, not even the bosses, every enemy seems like they could be a challenge. You know, can catch you off guard.
And when they have different aspects where you feel for the antagonists throughout the games, it's added bonus. I love when games do that because, you know, in the villain's eyes, they genuinely think they're doing the right. Some of them genuinely think they're doing the right thing. Some of them are just evil out of spite. You know.
Yeah. I haven't really gotten the story for Wolong though, so
yeah, I don't really know.
It's
but Elden Ring's gas.
Elden Ring is crazy. The lore behind a lot of shit is just what the fuck. It's crazy, and I still haven't beaten it.
Same.
DLC's coming out soon. I guess that's something to look forward to, I guess.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But it's tight. Adrian, definitely get it and play with us.
It sounds
interesting.
Adrian. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of... I liked Elden Ring, but I'm not a big fan of like the Elden Ring, Bloodborne, and Souls style.
The thing is, I would compare it... Have you ever played Sekiro? It's another FromSoft game.
I've seen that, and I've considered playing it. I don't know. I feel like that's just like...
It won Game of the Year, but it was a while ago. But I would... What'd you say?
It's like that, Adrian, but multiplayer.
Yeah. It's just like Sekiro, where it's like you don't necessarily... It's like you can't really... Oh, wait. Let me think of this. It's like the fighting style is the same as Sekiro, but it's still got that FromSoft, like, you got to get to the campfire or the bonfire, the grace or whatever to save your progress. You got bosses to fight and all that. But the fighting, it's like you have to get your timing to counter and block perfect. Like, you have to really work on getting that figured out. But once you get that figured out, everything's a piece of cake.
But then there's also different ways you can you can learn different combos with different like bosses, and you can do insta kills on these. And then once you learn that rhythm, you can instant kill these bosses. It's amazing. It's so
Me,
cool.
me and Gannon were just wailing on the first boss
Yeah.
yesterday. It was just
Fight back!
fight back.
Fight back!
I might give it a try. I don't know how many
Dude,
It's
it-
fun.
vidges I'm gonna be playing this week. I got a lot of schoolwork, and then Friday we are going to our rave on Friday and Saturday up in San Bernardino. So that will be, you know.
that'd
me-
be
let
fun,
me-
man.
Let's interview Adrian here for the 2-year anniversary. He's the newest member. Obviously, it shows progression with the podcast. We've come a long way. It just was me and Gannon. I was running the whole show essentially, and now Adrian's come in to kind of help mediate some of that. Adrian, how are you doing so far with the podcast? When did you
I
start?
started like shit. You're gonna have to go back and check that. I forgot when I started. It's been fun. It's been good.
So
it's
not
fun.
dedicated. Okay.
Not
For that, no.
dedicated. Don't even know his
Um,
start date. Damn.
Uh,
What brought you into the podcasting business, Adrian?
money.
Where'd you get where'd you get your degree? This is a non-charitable, also, so I don't understand.
Yeah,
where
this is
you're going with that.
nonprofit.
Where you're hoping
obviously.
for money. Yeah, yeah,
Nah, I'm gonna
nonprofit.
make us some money.
Okay, so how would you go about doing that? How would you make us profitable?
I can't give those secrets out on camera.
No, this is a closed interview. No one's gonna see this.
Yeah, close
Oh.
interview. We're close to you.
First step is prostitution. All right, we start selling our bodies,
Okay.
not just to people, to science, to companies,
Oh.
aliens. Just acquire as much funds as we can, giving up our physical well-being,
Precise.
and then we put all that money in.
First,
We take all that money we accrue together.
okay.
We get a studio.
Okay, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I actually do see myself 5 years from now. I want to say either like 3 things, but I on top of anything I do, I still want the podcast to be something that I'm doing.
Original.
But
Yeah, definitely want the
yeah.
podcast to be original. Yeah.
you know, 5 years from now, I hope that we're in a studio. We got cameras.
What are your
lights,
core values?
a whole setup. Actually running a super successful podcast. That's where I see myself in 5
Yeah,
years.
me too. Me too. Definitely want to see that for the podcast as well. Gannon, can you ask your question again? It was a good one.
What are your core values?
I know he wants me to say the Navy ones, but I forgot. Honor, courage, and commitment. Honor, courage, and commitment.
There you go.
Is that right?
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. Didn't know.
Well, you're hired, so I guess.
I'm
Or
already
rehired.
I was
guess.
fired.
You got it back again.
Yeah,
still
you
got your
you
face
were off
privileges.
the hook for sure for this
You
podcast.
still have your
started.
face privileges for now. I mean, it's still debatable. There's
We'll
some
be
people
having
who
this
put in
interview every time you're on the podcast, so just let me
Yeah.
know.
every time. Be different questions.
Nice.
Who's the 5th president of the United States?
Jefferson. Look it up. Or I'll look it up. That's my job.
Yeah, it's your fucking job. You fucking. But yeah, I definitely I would love to get a studio, but I know Gannon's
Monroe.
not gonna want to leave Ohio. James Monroe, yeah, I knew that, obviously. Oh,
I didn't.
Career-driven man, anyways, as we've known
Yeah.
from past tales of my life. I really have never cared for those kind of things.
See,
Oh, yeah,
that's,
obviously.
That's
Yeah.
code for me and him like to jerking on cam for each other in secret.
This is can't
That's
go
the one. That's the first
podcast.
one.
That's
2-year special.
That's the first one.
You just gotta sneak in a second one for 2 years, obviously.
Oh no, I'm gonna be sneaking in
Um,
anymore. This is the week I get a little worse. You know,
I saw Tennessee.
you're the only 10 I see.
Oh yeah, you went to Tennessee. How was that?
What part of Tennessee?
It was my friends were like, "Hey, you don't have to pay for your part. You don't have to worry about that. Just come with us." It was like for my friend's birthday, so I was like, "Why not?" So went down there, and I loved it.
What part
Like,
were you in?
I loved it too
Chattanooga,
much.
Nashville.
Sevierville.
I don't know what that is.
Sevierville. It's close to like Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg.
I only know those
Oh.
places.
I've been to Gatlinburg.
I've
It's
driven through it.
it's
Like on a
cool.
family trip before.
I was out in the middle of nowhere in this cabin in the woods. There
Yeah.
was no sound pollution, man. Like you could hear like birds chirping from like 2 miles. I woke up
Did you guys
early.
get haunted
I went out with my sketch pad,
in the cabin in the woods?
drinking coffee, right? Just enjoying everything about that moment. And just complete quiet. Thousands of miles from Adrian's voice.
Yeah.
Amazing.
God, that would have been serenity,
Can't
you
hide
know.
from me.
It was. I was in Nirvana. I was in heaven.
Was the
I'm gonna
cabin
retire
nice?
there. It was very nice. I'm retiring there.
I've
I
heard
heard-
Tennessee is
like,
like,
I-
very nice. Like it has very nice like scenery and whatnot. I heard Nashville's actually like,
Well, they-
very up and like getting better and better. Like
I have my own beef with Tennessee right now because they are a bunch of fuckheads for banning like trans and drag shows and a bunch of stuff in the state.
that's one of its downsides.
Which is funny. It's a funny story. The lieutenant governor of Tennessee was one of these pioneers of banning drag shows and trans people from existing in the state. But and he also wants to ban like same-sex marriage and all that, which is getting into this. He has a string of comments of like where he's commenting on these gay men social media posts of them just being very scandalous and like showing off, and he's like commenting like, "Oh, look good, you're looking good," like heart emojis and all that shit. And he got outed for that, and he was like, "Oh, somebody hacked my Instagram account."
oh yeah.
But there you couldn't look into that. You couldn't like see any like wrongdoing, and he absolutely is just a closeted gay man, which there is nothing wrong with it, unless you're this piece of shit who is at the same time banning just drag and like same-sex marriage and trans stuff,
Yeah, I mean,
So that's my only gripe with Tennessee, but I've heard it's a beautiful state.
oh yeah, it is beautiful. I was gonna comment more on what you were talking about there because no, I don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
It doesn't make sense, especially with their whole like protect the children like standpoint, because it doesn't make sense because you still never hear about trans people or like drag queens or anything ever attacking children in any way, but in the same fucking 2 minutes on the same a Snapchat discovery story thing, hearing about a kid who was stabbed by an older man, and then 3 girls who were assaulted by an older man who got into the school. And it just doesn't make sense. What are you protecting children from? Because it's not the boogeyman that's not doing anything. It's the very real fucking straight men that are attacking people, attacking children.
Yeah, so their whole premise is like it's to protect kids. They don't want it's like for grooming or sexual assaulting minors. And there have been no recorded drag queens or trans individuals, trans identifying individuals who have ever, there's no evidence for it, for grooming or sexually assaulting minors. But there's a slew of evidence that church leaders, pastors throughout history have had this sexual misconduct against minors. And you don't hear them saying, "Oh, let's ban Christianity. Let's ban churches." They won't do that. And that's just my argument against it. Is like, okay, if you're gonna do this with no evidence, then why are you allowing this? And I'm not saying ban Christianity, because there's great people who believe this religion. But what are you going to do about that, So it's just kind of like hypocritical for you to just ban the entire idealism of transgender, or just eradicate the whole populace of trans people, or gay people, or any of these people, for no evidence whatsoever against these crimes against children. But when there's that slew of evidence for, church leaders, Christian, Catholic, I don't know if there's any other ones. I'm sure there are, but Baptist. I don't know if Islamic people are having these issues. I know the Mormon Church is having a big scandal right now, and I don't know.
It's like the old saying, where there's smoke, there's fire, and that's what I don't get, because there's if you want to protect the children, even one instance in a group, if there was one drag queen or one transgender person that did assault a child or something, they would push to ban all of that. But there's so many recorded instances of people in the church, yet there's nothing being done about it. There's instances of people in our government, in Congress. Nothing happens there. Where there's smoke, there's fire, but for some reason, where there's smoke, it's being ignored.
It's more of just a projection. I think the people trying to push these bans and just attack
Matt Gaetz.
This group of people. Matt Gaetz, yeah, he's God, dude, this motherfucker. He's one of my least favorite politicians in all of politics, but
teeth too.
It's just all projection. It's just all they know they're in the wrong, but I heard this saying, the right is always going to lose a culture war because they always lose the culture war because they've already lost it before it's begun, It's they want to attack, the LGBTQ plus community years before, years after it's already been kind of societally accepted. I don't know the word terminology for that. Socially accepted, But yeah, that's my 2 cents. I don't want to get too hard into it, but it's that's
they're
just
all loose butthole. We're not about that.
Yeah, it's so funny too, because you always hear they're always they're all closeted. All these people that are super against it, they're all closeted.
Just come out.
Just come out. It's fine, It's socially acceptable now, It's go ahead. I'm not gonna hate you.
What's the worst that's gonna happen? You're gonna get bullied for it. That's your people who bully you. You're the bully.
Yeah. Well, that's probably the thing, because then they won't get reelected, and they'll lose that sweet government assistance.
Because honestly, I'd rather not have my job and be who I want to be than to hide the fact that I do something.
Well, you got to think politicians make millions of dollars just being a politician.
Yeah, I guess it.
They get free health care.
Their secret sessions.
Yeah, there was a politician that came out last year or a couple years ago, and they said Republicans have secret orgies all the time, and they tried to recruit this guy, and then the next election, this guy gets voted out because he kind of came out with that, and obviously
who
the
the fuck
Republicans
would
were
be-
like, no, of course we don't do that, but it was like,
Who would be voting?
well,
Marjorie
obviously we
Taylor
do.
Greene, though? She's atrocious.
I don't think it was her. I think it was like all the older guys that are just fucking each
Oh,
other.
oh,
you
guys!
know?
I thought it was just like an orgy.
It was guys.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just all guys. I'm pretty
Imagine
sure.
Mitch McConnell and who's the other one? Fucking Lindsey Graham, just fucking. Blah, blah.
Oh, Lindsey Graham is the biggest like closeted gay guy. I guess there's so many stories that have come out of
Lindsey
this
Graham
guy
looks
just
like the
being.
type to like cup the balls when he sucks it.
There's nothing wrong with it either.
No.
It's just just accept it. Just like come out and live your life, be happy. But that's just my 2 cents. Back to you, Gannon, with the weather.
Toledo, we have a nice 50 degrees going on with a little bit of sun. Probably throughout the night we'll have a cold front come in, and it'll be frigid by tomorrow morning. Wear a jacket as you're off your way to work, and fails with the pants.
We have some technical difficulties.
Of
Did you
course,
say
as well.
we need to jacket on the way to work?
Yes.
You heard it, folks. We
Yes.
need to jacket on the way to work.
Yes.
Are we hitting climax before or after?
I would assume during.
First time you hit a red light.
First, oh shit! I got red light around the corner. So should I preheat or like?
Pre-jack before you ejack.
I have that hot and ready.
Am I coming as the light hits green, or just when I
No,
hit
you
the
gotta
red
do a
light?
hard stop at the red light.
Brake, yeah. As soon as you hit the brake, same time.
Oh,
Brake.
okay.
Hard stop just to that.
It's kind of like driving stick, you kind of have to balance the clutch. Like you got to ease into the clutch.
He's a-
We're not condoning people.
You don't want to stall out.
jacket on the way to
That's pretty
work,
good.
but if you want to do it for science,
I have a question for you guys. I thought of this earlier.
Mhm.
Gannon, you first. If you could make a live action anime, which one would you choose? You gotta think. You gotta think on this because live action anime is
Tokyo Revengers.
okay.
Hmm.
Why?
I think it'd be
Why do you
easily
think
adapted,
it would fit? Yeah.
easily adaptable. There's not like super off the wall characters, as I know of right now. I think it'd be pretty easy to do. I don't know.
Okay.
Story is cool. It could be like a kind of mob crossover.
Yeah.
Real life.
I haven't
movie.
watched it,
Okay.
so I couldn't really debate it, but yeah. Okay.
What about you? Or
Cool.
Demon Slayer would be sick if it was done right. If it was done right.
I feel like that would be. I think that would be hard, and I feel like the anime community would just be like, "Ugh, God, it's so much CGI, blah blah blah."
You need that with a live action anime.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like a good one would be Attack on Titan. The only thing you would really need to CGI would be the Titans, obviously, but I feel like you would
wouldn't-
get a
you
lot
wouldn't
of that
CGI.
gritty.
Them flying all over the place.
Well, yeah, you would have to do that, but it would. I feel like you would be able to cut around a lot of that stuff. Like you would get some of the action, but it would be easy to kind of hide it. I feel like, and there's so much like conversation and political stuff happening at the same time, where I feel like it would be, if it's done right, I think it would be a good live action adaptation.
See,
I think Cowboy Bebop though.
Well, no, Cowboy Bebop. How's it? Live action.
They
don't
they
know,
got
sounds
one,
good.
and it was.
Um,
Did you like
okay.
it, Gannon?
It's alright.
It was all right. Hot take. I think the Death Note live action was fine.
Fire.
Yeah, it was
I haven't
fine.
actually seen it. You know what anime?
It was good.
Willem Dafoe.
He's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Ryuk.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's toughy. It's so toughy.
Nice. You know what anime I think I think Chase would like this answer. Well, he actually wouldn't. There's two of them. I'll give you the answer you don't like. I feel like My Hero Academia, if it's done right, possibly could.
Let me guess.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it being fine. It would honestly, I think it'd be nice for like a series too.
I saw somebody that put up a video of if they came out with a proper My Hero live action adaptation, that it could take over Marvel if it was done right.
Oh yeah, because you got the All Might Origins and the Vigilantes and
Mm.
the All for One Origins
And
and,
then-
all the past users. And,
That's what I'm saying, man. They could really
I feel
go
like
in
it
if they
could
I
wanted
actually
to.
have one
Yeah.
more before my
So-
other one. Jujutsu Kaisen, I feel like live,
Toughy.
live action would be
Yeah,
good.
I feel like that could work too. Yeah.
And because some of the elements are kind of the same, I feel like Mob Psycho, just because of the kind of how some of the fights go,
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a good.
Mob Psycho could definitely be it too.
Overlord.
Overlord, maybe. Overlord is good. I do like it.
Overlord is a live action would be kind of interesting. I think it'd be pretty cool. It may just be a fantasy movie, but it'd be cool to see something different besides like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter.
Yeah. Speaking of My Hero though, guess what I got?
You got to season 5. What is that?
What's that?
You
My
don't
Hero
even watch the
Monopoly?
show
Tough.
anymore, though. You shouldn't even have that. Send it to me.
Well, here's the thing. This is my thought. It's my thought process. We film us playing it.
Us?
I'm down.
Like,
Like the next time we're all together, or
Yeah, I feel like it would have to be like we
all the
do
way
it in person.
July in Colorado.
Yeah, Gannon, come out in July.
July.
Yeah, Gannon or Adrian is coming out.
July.
Depending on when my test is for school. I can get
Yeah,
back to
I
them.
thought it was May. So
It's gonna be May.
May is when I graduate, but then I have to wait to take my board.
I feel like that would be in June.
I feel like he's gonna schedule it on the day you're here, Adrian, and he's gonna be like, ah, shucks.
Hey, when would be a good time for you to take your board? Anytime in July, but make sure it's spread out, or keep canceling it if necessary. Whatever.
Yeah, that. I feel like that's how the conversation is gonna
See,
go.
What I'm gonna do is whoever you have to do the board thing with, I'm just gonna suck him off. Be like, yeah, and in France, we need his done ASAP. Let me give you this mouth.
Taking one for
Taking
the
one for the
team. I like it.
Okay.
Okay. There's 2. Woo! 2-year anniversary.
There's plenty more coming.
That'd
in the
be
next
sus
year.
twice.
It's just natural for Adrian to be sus.
Yeah, I feel like he's.
It's my greatest form of comedy.
Just
Could
look
be-
at him.
I think.
I feel
Is it
like
common?
sexuality is on a spectrum, and Adrian, that he's not fully bi, but he's definitely there.
What?
What's that?
What?
I ain't saying I'm bi,
It's a
but
spec-
I've had a couple gay experiences.
I was telling Shiloh this. I feel like if I wasn't in a relationship, obviously, I would probably be like pan, you know.
Well, then you're probably pan now, just with a woman.
Well, I wouldn't be able to like put it to practice because I can't be like, oh, I'm a part of the LGBTQ plus community now, you know, because I'm not actually like I don't identify as pan.
Listen, there's a way around this, all right? Just get your fudge packed by someone who's gay. Get your fudge packed by somebody who's trans. And
No,
if you
I-
enjoy
what-
it, you're pan. You don't gotta put your dick anywhere. You just gotta get your shit packed in twice.
Well, I'm not. I'm not. That's the thing. That's the thing. I don't think I could ever do it. I find there are guys out there that are attractive, and I'm like, oh yeah, I would definitely go on a date with that guy, or whatever. But I feel like I wouldn't be able to do anything sexual. Gannon, are you holding in? Are you holding it in right now?
No,
You look
dude.
like you're. I'm being
Stop looking.
for real.
I know you are. I'm gonna be.
Take this serious.
I am.
I'm telling-
I am.
No, I'm just fucking with you. It didn't look like you were laughing, but you were like covering your
Yeah,
mouth
usually
and.
you laugh.
When you brought it up, that's when it was just like, okay, all right, okay.
No, I'm serious though. I feel like I could have, if I wasn't dating Shiloh, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I'm pan. But I can't do it now because I'm in a relationship and very
If you
committed
weren't with
relationship.
Shiloh, would you date us? Huh?
Not you guys. I don't think I could. No. Mm-mm.
You don't want some of this caramel loving?
No. Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
That just gave me the ick, actually.
Right.
Yeah, anyways.
2-year anniversary.
Yeah, it's one too many.
I will say something right now. I have realized my teeth
One
look
too many.
very white on camera right now. That's very
Mine don't.
very good for my
I
self-esteem
can't, like,
right now.
in the lighting, they just... I just got a new toothbrush. It's fucking electric.
I've had one for a while. They're pretty.
Boogie woogie.
I like having an electric toothbrush. It sucks having to replace.
My
the
dentist
heads
was
for
like-
it,
What
but
you-
What'd you say?
I said it sucks having to replace the heads for it like every 3 months, but
Yeah, it's
that's
not bad.
It's not bad. It's only every 3 months.
I mean, you're supposed to replace your toothbrush every 3 months,
I did it like once a year for a while.
I can smell your breath from here, but
Oh no, I changed my shit every 3 months now. 4 if I get a little lazy.
12 if I'm a little extra lazy.
12 if I'm hating myself.
5 years, I haven't brushed my teeth. No, I'm just kidding.
I live in a cave.
I'm actually, Osama bin... No, I'm just... Whoa. Where did that come
Whoa.
from? He's in the cave.
Are you like that one dude on TikTok who believes he's the reincarnation of Hitler?
Oh my god, I saw that. What the fuck was that about?
He really believed that. He really believed that he was the
Yeah, man. Like I just have this thing with Volkswagen cars.
And Jewish people, I just...
And like
just not
German
really feeling them.
culture and mass genocide. These are all factors that I just think are so me. When I look in the mirror, I'm him.
You drive on the Autobahn
so yeah.
once and it changes you.
Yeah, man. All of a sudden, I want fascism. It's insane, but it does start me.
Yeah, I went to art school and failed out, and I fought in a war and decided I wanted to kill everybody and have this crazy nationalist view of the world. And
Dude, just
here
paint a picture,
The
man.
craziest,
Go on a
craziest
walk.
thing about
Dude.
that dude on from TikTok
Get outside.
who thought he thinks he's the reincarnation of Hitler's. He's exactly who Hitler wouldn't fucking like. He's a brunette, brown-eyed.
You sound pretty close
I
to
don't know
him,
if he's trans
Adrian.
or if he's gender fluid, but like he goes by like they them pronouns. Like you are. How?
Oh, so he's multiple Hitlers.
He doesn't have a mustache, but he has a big fucking nose ring that looks like.
I'll tell you what he doesn't have, the dog
he
in him.
doesn't have that dog.
He does not have that dog in him.
Nah, seriously, put your money where your mouth is. Do a genocide right now.
Attempted genocide.
Come on.
Do
I'll pick it
a
up.
genocide right now.
We'll do American versus Nazi. I'll go out there. I'll be beat up a
We don't need the Russians out
Nazi
this time.
for fun. I'll do it for fun. Do it for free.
I feel like Canada could do the job, for real.
Nah. Canadians are too docile. Then
Canadian.
they're not
Okay,
as aggressive.
say it to
as-
their fucking
Well,
face.
they're-
Did you
Canada's
say?
not known
Hey,
for
did you say
being.
Canada as a whole is docile?
They're not known for being a war like country like the United States, Russia, Japan.
Doesn't mean they can't fight. I'm sure they can fight.
Okay.
They got some fighters.
They have military and stuff. I'm pretty sure they've been in like a war, but they're just not like.
They fought with us in Afghanistan and Iraq and Iran and all them.
Yeah, they just don't have the cool hats
They
anymore.
just, I don't know. I just feel like
Not anymore.
if shit were to pop off, Canada
Sure.
would not be the first to be like, "Let's fucking fight." They'd be like, "Oh, whoa, hey. Tone it down, eh?"
We were just talking about boxing. We were just talking about beating up a kid that thinks he's Hitler.
I didn't say anything about
We're not
harming
talking-
anyone.
I
we
am.
gotta beat-
I did.
We gotta beat
If
this kid up.
anybody identifies
What?
as a Nazi, I give you full permission to teach them a lesson.
Justice
How you should.
for all. Justice for all. That's what this is. Justice for all.
All right, so
I believe in one American hero, and that's Rocky Balboa.
since we are at the end of our 2-year anniversary,
Alrighty.
looking forward, year 3, what are our goals? Where you think or where you want the podcast to be in 3 years?
OnlyFans.
I want a movie deal by the end of 2024.
Okay.
2 unrealistic ideas.
No, I feel like that can be achievable. Let's see
OnlyFans,
how
it
we
is.
can get a movie deal.
OnlyFans is very.
I was thinking, no, Gannon could do voice acting, get a spot in a movie, gets a movie, gets into a movie as a voice actor. Boom, that's
You can
achievable.
be. You can
Thanks,
be the
Adrian, for
Patrick
the
Mahomes
belief.
impersonator.
No.
He does kind of look like Patrick Mahomes, like
I
low
would
key
beat
hair.
both of you.
It could always be in like an animation. You just
Yeah, all you have to do is the Kermit voice, and you're Patrick Mahomes.
No, that's now strictly for Adrian.
what?
Hey guys, look at me. Adrian. That's me now.
I don't talk like that.
I'm Adrian.
I don't talk like that.
I don't talk like that. I don't talk like that.
All right, what are your goals, Adrian?
Personal or
No, for the podcast. God, I don't care about your personal goals.
I
Fuck.
don't care about your life, Adrian. Jeez, shut up.
God. You're just a vessel for this podcast.
Okay, it's getting too deep now.
I mean, I did say we need to sell
He
our
just
bodies.
hangs up. He just hangs up.
I do want to see myself in the next 3 years of this podcast more involved with like all the other stuff we do, like being more engaged with the Patreon shit and the next caller and blah blah blah, and dealing more with the Instagram by that point, and hoping to have like a shit ton of more engagement, TikTok, that sorts, the YouTubes, just producing more, bringing more life.
I'll give you access to this login and everything, and you can download the clips, and you can have them formatted in the
Yeah,
TikTok version.
I'll give you access to my ass for that.
All right, man. You can find us on all streaming platforms. I'm talking Spotify. I'm talking Apple Podcast, YouTube, even, right? So after that, we have our Patreon for only $3 a month.
Only $3.
Only $3 indeed, Adrian. Thank you for that so much. And on there, you can find Next Caller, Death Our Friend. More shows are to be determined.
Yeah, more
also.
shows, are coming.
Actually, I
Yeah.
guess
Very
this
soon.
is appropriate for the 2-year special. I know I talked about wanting to write a book and blah blah blah. I've got a story in the works. I'm not really going to keep it that secret. I've been thinking a story.
Are you pitching an idea on the?
No, I'm not pitching an idea. I'm
Okay.
doing the idea, but I'm just explaining the idea.
On the plug? Okay. Yeah, let's get it.
I'm going to be starting a story about a society, a superpowered society, except you don't see superpowers on the street. You don't see it in law enforcement because governments are using people with superpowers strictly for war. And it's not going to be like some crazy shit like 80% of the population has superpowers. It's just going to be, there's people with superpowers in society. Not crazy shit like fucking, I could snap.
So like Maximum
I could
Ride?
snap and like half the world disappears. Fucking fire, like electricity, simple shit. And the government's using it for war. And, a whole story involved with that.
Do it.
Oh, I am doing it.
We need
It's coming
content.
soon. It'll be coming
Is
soon.
it modern?
It's going to be
Is it
very
modern?
modern. It might actually. I'm still
Futuristic.
workshopping the time of it, but I more modern or futuristic. I'm trying to think if I want to place.
I think 2 p.m. is a good time. Ideal time of day. Like 2
Yeah.
p.m.'s crisp.
Well, that's more historical, right? Because 2 p.m.'s already gone and past.
Damn. Well, 2 p.m. in the
We're
future.
now canceling the story because of that. But yeah.
Well, you guys never asked me what I thought about the future of the podcast.
What do you think about the future of the podcast?
Well, yeah, okay, thanks. It's too late. I
Yeah,
don't
where do you
wanna
see
talk about it
yourself
now.
in 3 years?
Where do you see
Is
yourself
it
in 4?
inside me, or am I inside you?
No. Absolutely not. I liked Gannon's movie deal idea. I want to transform something original. Obviously, I want the podcast to be its own platform. I want it to be a foundation for all of our future endeavors. I've talked about it before on the podcast. But I want to evolve something original into like original productions, and just start producing skits or like making because I talked about the live action anime thing solely because I want to direct an Attack on Titan live action adaptation. I want to be that guy that runs that because I fucking love Attack on Titan, and I feel like we would have the means to do it, and eventually, and that's a goal for me, especially in 3 years. I want to be able to do that.
I can always branch
or
into
other stuff.
screenwriting for that too.
Exactly. I mean, we have a lot of creative juices sitting in front of us right here on this screen.
Where those juices coming out of?
Shut
There's so
the
much,
fuck
so many
up.
other your uses of terminology you could have used. And then I knew Adrian was gonna do the layup.
I mean, I didn't see it coming, honestly, but I
Adrian
should.
always sees it coming.
He beat me to it.
But
You beat yourself to it.
that was good.
Whoa, whoa, hey, oh wait.
But yeah, I and eventually I want us to like just have like eventually I want this to be like our full-time jobs almost. Like so in the offshoot, I mean obviously again it's gonna have the barbershop and all that stuff. But in the free time that he's available, like maybe we stream, maybe we do some video game stuff.
I'm
Maybe
absolutely down
We
for
could
that.
always. I mean,
absolutely.
we all
And
have like external cameras, right? I think that's all we need really to stream for
Yeah.
Xbox.
That's what I'm using right now.
exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I mean, eventually we'll have a ton more to do and a lot more content to put out, and yeah, so stay tuned. I'm looking forward to this year of the Something Original podcast. Maybe a rebrand will be coming around the corner, but who knows? Still be
New
something
name and
original.
effect.
New host. You're fired. Hey.
Oh, I thought you were gonna kill
Oh,
us.
whoa, hey,
And take the
whoa,
podcast
whoa,
for yourself,
whoa.
but
I only dabble in murder. I don't do it full time.
so if anybody, if we go missing, Adrian's the number one suspect for sure.
He's just sus in general. So
Yeah. Well, we're over an hour. How are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling good, man.
Yeah, I've been feeling frosty. I don't know if you can see it in my eyes. I've looked
I can't.
looked a lot more
No.
fucking stoned than I am.
I actually look away from your screen when you're
Wow.
on.
You're gonna have to stare at me in the editing.
I won't. The editor
We don't.
will,
That's you.
because it's not me.
Oh, we're outsourcing.
Yeah,
no,
we're outsourcing.
insourcing. We have our own guy.
Yeah, we're in-house outsourcing.
His name is
obviously.
Chaz. He's a nice guy.
He's very good looking too.
Chaz. Not.
But yeah, if you guys have nothing else, Gannon did the whole thing. I'll leave you guys with happy 2 years.
Happy to you.
Thank you guys for staying with us. You guys have been amazing. Love every single one of you. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be doing this anymore. Adrian, send us off.
That is all the time we have for this episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn.
We will be seeing you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the past 2 years that you've given to this podcast, and to many, many, many more years of what we're going to be doing. That is all.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.
My name is Chase.
And I was, am, and will always be Gannon. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace out, boys and girls, and non-binary individuals. Bye-bye.